Hi everybody, it's Janet. Just wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about protocol for staff and visitors entering any of our communities, and then cleaning, touch point cleaning and hand cleaning. So let's start with the protocol for entering the communities. You guys know this drill, but it doesn't hurt to review it. So if for staff, if you have had a fever that's 100.4 degrees or over, don't come to the community, call your DON or your ops manager. If you've had any of the symptoms, shortness of breath, muscle aches, sore throat, diarrhea, or a new or increased cough in the last 7 days, again, please don't come to the community, call your management team. If you've had close contact with anybody in the last 2 days who was diagnosed or suspected to have COVID-19, again, please don't come to the community, call your DON and or your ops manager. Make sure that you are following proper protocol when you come into the community. We should be temping and hand washing, so please follow that protocol. It's a similar protocol, as you know, for visitors. We are hoping that they will bring their own masks with them. If they don't, we will need to provide a mask, but they need to stop at the front door and follow the protocol. So same thing with the fever, 100.4 degrees or above, and we need to temp everybody who comes in, everybody. Then we don't allow them to enter the community. If they have any of the symptoms, again, they're not allowed to enter the community. If they've been in contact with anybody who is diagnosed or suspected to have COVID in the last 2 days, again, no entrance to the community. And if any of these instances happen, do contact your community management team right away. Visitors, again, need to wear masks at all times. Visitors should not be in any common areas of the community. They need to go directly to the residence room and then exit the community when they're finished. We've had a little change to our end of life and hospice protocol. At this point, we are not allowing visitors to hospice residents or residents at end of life. We will allow family, immediate family only to visit if the resident has transitioned to an active dying stage, and your DON or hospice nurse will determine if they have transitioned to that point. At that point, there can only be 2 immediate family members who can visit, and they must visit one at a time. They are to be escorted by staff from the front door, having gone through the protocol, and taken right to the room. When their visit is complete, then they have to exit the building. I know this is incredibly harsh sounding. It hasn't been fun for me to inform people of, but we're protecting our residents and protecting you, and that's hugely important as well. So let's talk a little bit about touch point cleaning. Touch point cleaning is exactly that. What are the areas in the homes in your house that are the most frequently touched by maybe multiple people? So think microwave handles, refrigerator handles, remote controls, phones. Please be cleaning your phone when you leave the community and before you come in. It's incredibly important. Light switches, doorknobs, faucets, all those sorts of things. And for communities where we have smokers, think about that doorknob going in and out that door. That's a really high touch area that should be cleaned frequently. Um, Before you disinfect anything, try to remove any visible dirt or grime. So maybe with a paper towel, just make sure the surface doesn't have crumbs on it or dirt on it. Follow the label directions on disinfectant. When you see a tub of disinfectant wipes, those directions can actually be different than a liquid cleaner. The Centers for Disease Control really highly recommends that any surface that is cleaned, you let the liquid sit on the surface for 30 seconds to up to 2 minutes, and that's really manufacturer's guidelines that you need to look for. That's the only thing that's going to kill viruses and germs, is to let it sit, do its work, then wipe it dry. There's been a big myth going around the internet lately that you should never clean in a circular motion. That is just indeed a myth. You can clean by wiping front to back or clean in a circular motion. The most important thing is that you let that product sit on the surface and then either air dry or wipe it down. If you're disinfecting a surface that comes into contact with food, once it is dried and you've wiped it down, then rinse it with water after the disinfectant dries. So hand washing, I actually had to pass a test on this 10 years ago, and I remember it very well. um, you guys, I think, probably really know the drill, but there are a couple, there's one hack and just a couple of watch out fors that I want to go through with you. Warm water can be cool water. Really doesn't have to be hot water, but don't skimp on the soap. So, wet your hands, work up a really nice lather. But here's the deal. You really should be going at least this high because this is a really nice little breeding ground for germs. This little dimple we have here. So I was always taught, once you got the lather going, to make sure you do one of these and get in there, obviously between your fingers. But a lot of people forget between the thumbs. So you want to get that done as well. Nails. Obviously, we're going to recommend right now that you try to keep nails as short as possible. A lot of crud can live under there. If you're not using a nail brush, again, while you're all lathered up, use your palm as a nail brush, and don't forget your thumb. Scrub that hard too. Get the soap under there, and then you can rinse. Preferred way of rinsing is actually fingertips down, so the dirty water runs this way. This isn't a great way to rinse your hands, so if you can, try it this way. Get in between your fingers, your thumbs, that little nasty area. So that's it for hand washing. 20 seconds for sure. Sing whatever song floats your boat. Happy Birthday is a good song for it. I personally prefer Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, but that's just a personal preference. So thanks, guys. Hope this helps. Have a great day. You guys are doing a great job.